Mrs. Susan Segal, President and CEO of the American Societies and the Council of the Americas, Mr. Christian Murley, President of the Colombian American Association, members of the two institutions, members of my delegation, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Year by year, I have had the opportunity to come to share this lunch with you, and you have been very generous to attend this yearly invitation. It is very important for us to have the opportunity to update you on Colombia. However, we understand that you are permanently updated in our country. As you know, the key word we are working for is confidence. We compare Colombia to this chart. At the top, we have written one word: confidence. Confidence to live in Colombia, to invest in Colombia, to find high-quality jobs in our country. When I was presidential candidate in the first campaign, I asked many students, by chance, have you thought to leave Colombia for good? And the vast majority of them raised their hands and said yes. That is the reason in my campaign we choose the word confidence as the main goal we have to get for Colombia. And we support confidence upon three pillars: security with democracy, investment confidence with social responsibility, and social cohesion. Security and investment, they both create the framework for prosperity. And with this possibility, we can move forward with social cohesion. And social cohesion becomes the validator for security and for investment. In security, we continue with advances, but we need much more. This year we have seen other reduction in the total amount of crimes committed in our country, a new reduction of 30%. We are bringing down homicides, massacres, terrorist acts, kidnapping. You all know about the intelligent operation our soldiers carry out to rescue Ingrid Betancourt, the 3 American hostages, and the other Colombians who were in captivity. But now we need to release, to rescue the others who remain in captivity. And we need to continue fighting to eliminate this crime from Colombia. And I wish this crime be eliminated from all over the world. In the case of trade union leaders, that has been an issue before any audiences. Since the beginning of our administration, we have increased the protection for trade union leaders. In Colombia, we keep with individual protection one number in between 7,000 and 10,000 individuals with personal protection provided by the government. There are almost 2,000 of them who are trade union leaders. The government pays from the national budget $40 million for this project. We have seen a very important reduction in the homicides against trade union leaders, against teachers, but we still have problems. We still have problems. This year alone, we have seen the assassination of 31, if we add to the trade union leaders those who are teachers. However, we have to consider the general rate of homicides in the country. This year, before our administration, Colombia had years with almost 35,000 cases of assassination. Last year, we had 17,400. This year, so far, we have completed 11,700. The rate of the number of homicides per every 100,000 inhabitants has declined from 68 to 36. And we are hopeful that this year it will be close to 30. We are doing our best to eliminate crimes in Colombia, but we need to do much more. In impunity, we have almost double the budget for the justice administration. In Colombia, since the year 2001, we have seen 123 sentences against perpetrators of crimes whose victims have been trade unions. 123. 122 of these sentences have been produced during our administration. Now, there are almost 200 individuals who have been convicted for this kind of crimes. 134 are in jail. Therefore, we are making a great effort. We are working under the vigilance with the support of the International Labour Organization, and we move forward with the tripartite agreement involving the government, employers, and workers. There is a very significant progress. Now in Colombia, we no longer have the threat of paramilitary organizations. Paramilitary was the name my country chose to signal those private criminal organizations created to fight guerrillas. Our administration has dismantled paramilitaries. The state has recovered the monopoly to fight criminals, and the justice administration, as a component of the state, has recovered its monopoly to provide Colombians with justice. The elimination of the paramilitaries is a great progress in our country. Guerrillas are weakened, and we are fighting to eliminate all kinds of criminals. Today we have guerrillas and we have narco-traffickers, and they are the same, because guerrillas continue operating in Colombia, now far less strong than before. They still operate in our country because our country still has illicit drugs. But it is very important to highlight that guerrillas are debilitated and paramilitaries are dismantled. When our administration began, Colombia had, roughly speaking, 60,000 members of the terrorist groups. We have seen the demobilization of 48,000. You understand how costly and how difficult it is to deal with the reinsertion of this great number of people who were engaged in terrorist activities and have come to terms with our Constitution.